We in frame? Looks like we're in frame. Shoot, we're far from the camera today. But anyways, what is going on YouTube? This is not really a different video because I filmed multiple videos like this before. But I don't know. Usually I'm holding the camera and vlogging. But this time I'm not. And I honestly consuming a lot of content that's like this. For example, the Higher Up Wellness podcast, Chris Williamson's podcast, stuff like that. I've really grown to enjoy this kind of I don't know if you guys just heard that, but this automated this automated voice just said, "You are trespassing." Way over there. I know I'm not trespassing over here, but way over there, it just said that. It said that you are being recorded. You are trespassing, whatever. But anyways, this is on, right? Okay. But yeah, I kind of just got my heart pumping for a second. I was like, huh? But yeah, I'm starting to prefer videos like this just because of how calm and how non-chaotic it is and how peaceful it is, and just I don't know, I like this. I love this a lot. I don't know if it's a season or if it's a new thing that I'm going for. It's a freaking mosquito, but like a new like style of vlogging that I'm evolving into. I don't know if it's that. Hopefully it is, because I really do enjoy this. But yeah, I just wanted to do some updates, man. Updates on what I'm planning for the future, what content is coming to. By the way, this is going to be a short video most likely. I wouldn't. Oh my gosh, it scared the fuck out of me. But there's a lot of flies here. I don't like that. But yeah, feels like I'm all over the place. Sorry about that, guys. But I honestly just want to talk about what I'm thinking, what I'm planning to do, because hopefully one day in the future I can look back at this and be like, gosh, this kid just made the best decision of his life, or this kid just learned the best lesson of his life. And hopefully I can look back at this and be like, thank God I did this. Thank God I made this decision and took this leap of faith. But with that being said, let's just get straight into it. I'm just going to be speaking my mind. And what I mean speaking my mind, I mean like the things that have been going on up here, like literally, not like speaking my mind like politically or anything like that, just like what I've been thinking about day to day. But we're just going to get, and also a little bit of quotes. A little bit of quotes. The ice cream truck is driving by right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Is it coming this way too? I think it is. It is. But oh my gosh, it's so loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm just gonna keep yapping. Oh, it is. It's right here. Soft serve ice cream. Man, I remember having that when I was little. Shit was the best. But we're gonna start off with some quotes that really like struck me hard. So one of the first quotes was, success and failure are on the same path. It's just ugh. Let me restart that. Success and failure are on the same path, but failure is just an earlier exit. And the way I took that was, as long as you stay consistent, because as you guys know, consistency is key, especially when it comes to building your personal brand, when it comes to doing anything you want in life. I think if you stay consistent and you keep going, you're just going to find a lot of ways that either work for you or most of the time you're going to find ways that don't work for you when you first start out. But then you're going to find that one way 6 months after you start, a year after you start, 3 years after you start, 5 years after you start, who knows? Years after you start, right? And it's just going to click. And then all that suffering and all that time that you put in and all those sleepless nights that you had thinking that, oh, I don't know if this is the right decision. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. You're going to thank yourself for staying consistent. And that's what I think that quote means. And that's how I'm going to take it. Obviously, take it and process it and consume it the way you will, obviously. But that's the way I think that quote should be taken for the majority of people. And I'm pretty sure that's how the quote was perceived. And by the way, all these quotes are from Chris Williamson's podcast. So if you think that these are good quotes, shout out to Chris. He's an amazing podcaster. Really did open up my mind within these few weeks, honestly. We're going to keep going with the quotes. This is a little one that I actually posted on my TikTok. Link is in the description to go follow that, and my Instagram, and also my application for one-on-one coaching. But the next quote goes, "Your booze mean nothing. I've heard," or, geez, I'm really butchering these quotes, huh? But, "Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what you cheer for." And that one, especially in my situation, not even just in my situation, but in my life, it's insane. Like that, I don't know why that resonated with me, and it doesn't even make sense for it to resonate with me from my point of view. But it really just, ooh, you know what I mean? And who knows? That quote might have just struck you, and you were like, "Whoa!" Who knows? And if it did, I really do hope that opens your eyes and goes, "Man, these people are cheering for this, but what I'm doing, they're booing at me. Man, forget them." You know what I mean? That's how I think people should see that. And whenever people boo you or criticize you on what you're doing, just be like, "Bro, you go out every night or every weekend and drink, smoke, and do God knows what, hook up, whatever, while I'm over here working on myself. And you're going to parties and shit, while I'm over here working on myself, trying to build something, and you're booing me because you don't see what I'm doing. You don't understand what I'm doing, so you're just gonna boo me because you don't understand it, man. Forget you." You know what I mean? This fly is really like, it's not even that I'm dirty. I took a shower yesterday. Like, what's going on? That's besides the point. We're gonna get on with the next quote. I have two here that I'm really like picking between. Give me a second. Let me read them. Okay, so here's another one. For the record, these quotes might be a little wrong just because I use Siri like on your phone when you do like the speech to text or whatever. So this is what it came up as. It took me a little bit. I was like, this makes no sense. But hopefully it makes sense when I actually say it. "Where your fear is, there is your task. Lean directly into the things that are making you most afraid if you want to build the goal for yourself." If you don't understand that, what it's basically saying, or if it's like taking a little bit to understand that, what it's basically saying is the things that make you scared to go after your goals, to live that dream life. And by the way, I'm going to add another quote after this. the things that are making you scared from, and the things are, let me restart. The things that are making you scared and that are stopping you from chasing the things that you want in this life, those are the exact things that you should do. Or those are the exact reasons why you should start. Because 9 times out of 10, the things that are making you afraid, for example, let's take people's judgment, for example. Let's take people not supporting you, for example. Those things, those things 9 times out of 10 aren't as bad as they seem once you really get into it. And when I was first starting out content creation, I thought the same thing. And I got, what am I in? I started last year in like June. Last year. Started last year. I'm here. Shoot, now I have a camera. I have a camera, I have a legitimate camera and a tripod. I never thought that I was actually going to buy a camera. That's crazy. And I'm a year in. Still not caring what people think. So, with that being said, whatever your dream is, whether it's art, whether it's content creation, whether it's influencing people to do the better things to better their life, like what I'm doing, or even starting a podcast, start. Just start. You don't need a camera. I started on my phone. You could scroll way back on my TikTok and Instagram and you could find that I wasn't even on a camera. I wasn't even this camera that I have now is what, 4.5K around there. None of that matters. You don't need that. This right here, this right here is well good enough to start vlogging. Vlogging, making videos on like short form content, right? It's good enough. The quality is amazing on these things that we carry in our pockets. But the reason I got this, and I'm going to be honest with you, is because the quality is a little bit better than an iPhone. I'm not going to like bullshit you guys. But you don't need it to start, right? Or even like if you don't think that you have the right equipment for whatever you think or for whatever you're choosing to do with your life. For example, art. Let's just take art. My cousin does art. She's amazing at it. Love her. And she's actually really fucking gifted and talented at that shit. She's been doing it ever since she was young for fun, and she's still rocking solid. And her mom, too. Her mom is also really good at that shit. That's besides the point. Let's just take her shoes, for example. Let's just say she didn't have, like, I don't even know, canvases, right? Start on paper. Start on paper plates. Like, start somewhere. Just start. Just start. And I promise you, as long as you start, you could, who knows, you could inspire somebody else to be like, huh, this person doesn't have everything yet. They don't have everything to start, and I don't have everything to start. And if they're starting, why am I not starting? Let me start. And that's how you inspire people to start. Because, like I said, you don't need everything in the world. You don't need the fancy camera. You don't need the canvas. You don't need none of that. You just need you, a vision, and consistency. With a bit of obsession. Actually, with a lot of obsession. And I promise you, you will get so far. Because what it does is once you get that obsession for what you're passionate about, that obsession eventually will go away because we're not going to be obsessed for forever. You know what I mean? What the obsession will turn into is discipline because now your past obsession is fossilized into your day-to-day life. And now you can't live without doing said task. For example, for me, it's the gym. I was an athlete for all my life, right? And since I was an athlete for all my life, I work out, right? Granted, I took a year off of doing all activities, all activities and physical activities. I still came back to the gym because I knew that I needed something to do, right? So that's the reason why I think that if you're obsessed with something, ride the wave, and then eventually that obsession is going to turn into discipline because you've been doing that said thing for so long. But the other quote that I wanted to get into was, if you, geez, if you have the desire for a better life, but you're not willing to put the work in for that better life, cut the desire out completely. Because now you're just creating war in your own mind every day. Because there's going to be one side of you that's going to be like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do this. And the other side of you, which you're leaning more into, is like, no, we could chill. We're still young. Just chill. When in reality, you don't have time, right? You don't have time. You're not going to be young forever. So might as well put these youthful years to work where you have the most energy and the most, yeah, when you have the most energy, right? Put that energy to good use. But if you can't be disciplined enough to start, jeez, if you can't be disciplined enough to start and to get on that path of living your desired life in the future that you desire so much right now, cut that out completely. If you're not willing to put the work in, there's no point. There's none. Because, like I said before, you're going to just fight yourself in your mind and you're going to hate every day because you're clouding your thoughts with that mindset of, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this. And you're going to lean into the voice that says, I don't want to do this, because your mental toughness isn't there yet. Which is actually, now that I think about it, it's actually a great indicator that your mental toughness needs to be worked on. And that's what a lot of people nowadays do need to work on, is their mental toughness. But let's get into my life story. And what I've been thinking about doing for these past few days, or these past few weeks, what I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on. So, I don't think none of my family watches this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really don't. So everything that I'm going to say here, I don't really care, because, or the things that I'm hiding from my family, I'm going to say on here because I truly don't think that they're watching this, right? But I'm getting a mentor, guys, for one-on-one coaching, and I wouldn't be telling the truth if I said that I wasn't nervous, because this is something new for me. I've never invested this much into myself before, other than my camera, obviously. So this is something new for me. The guy has all the proof. I mean, like, he's making over 100K a month. All of his clients in the first month make a minimum of 4K working with him, but it is a very huge step, and I pray to God that it's in the right direction. And I know that if I keep going and I keep persevering through all the odds, and I really put my head down and work, that I know that it will be in the right direction, and I'll come out proving everybody wrong, and I will show my family why I'm late to every family gathering now, and why I'm late to every birthday now, is because I'm working on my future, and I don't think they quite understand that. But if they do, good. If they don't, okay, I don't care. Because one thing I've learned is that if you want to be working on yourself as an entrepreneur, you need, and even like doing content as well, you need to be brutally bold with the decisions you make. And not even just the decisions you make, but everything you do to support your dream. You need to be bold with it. And if that means that you need to cut time with family now in order to spend more time with them later, and to give them everything that they want later, rather than be reverse, try to give them everything that they want now rather than later, I think that's worth it. I truly do. Because at the end of the day, if I'm being honest with you guys, I know that this is going to work, right? I'm nervous, yeah, but I know it's going to work. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Ugh, excuse me. I thought that I didn't have enough storage, but turns out it was just the battery. It said the battery exhausted. I have zero clue what that means. I'm guessing that it just means that it died. I don't know. Well, it was on 25%, so switch out the battery. We're chilling now. But I lost my train of thought if I'm being 1000% honest with you. Jeez, there's a lot of cars pulling up, dude. Ever since I got here, or ever since I started recording, one, two, three, four, five. 5 cars pulled up that I could see in my view. What the fuck is going on? You're no. You see that trespassing shit that I said earlier just went off again. Now I'm starting to think I'm trespassing. Now I'm starting to think that I'm trespassing, but there's no cameras out here from what I can see. That's probably why the cameras would be hidden, huh? Yeah, I'm probably trespassing. But do I give a fuck? No, I don't. Unless somebody comes and gets me, then that's different. Is this a cop? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. It's a Nissan SUV. But oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, mentorship. So I'm thinking about getting this mentor, right? And oh my gosh, there's another car that's pulling into the damn thing. But I'm really thinking about it, and hopefully it goes well. I know it's gonna go well because like it's a big risk, but I know that it's a big risk, and I'm a teeny bit nervous, but I know I should be more nervous. But for some reason, I'm not, and I don't know why. And I know that's a good thing because if I'm not nervous about something that's a huge risk, I'm about to do some really good shit. But yeah, that's like pretty much it. Other than like normal boy shit, girls, and all that. Although there is this one girl at the gym that I do want to talk to, but the thing is, I came to the realization. I came to the realization that my Jesus flies everywhere. But I came to the realization that it's either I pursue this girl and my business dies, or my business survives and I don't pursue this girl. But now here's the thing, though, right? Here's the kicker. You know how they say that the right person could build you up into the person that you're supposed to be or that you're meant to be? What if she's that one? You know what I mean? Which is like, ooh, it spices up everything. And you know what's funny? This girl that I've been eyeing on in the gym for a little bit, she like from everything that I know, looks wise, if I'm being honest with you, because that's mainly all I know, she's everything. Beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, and she goes to the gym consistently. And I love that. It's just like that kind of like little shit. I'm just like, like, she could build me up, but do I want to take that risk? I don't know. But that's pretty much all that's been going on in my life, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, yeah. It's a short vlog today, guys. Not really a vlog, more of just like a sit down and talk video. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Next week, I'll probably be in New York because I do have a photo shoot to go to for my boys' clothing company in New York. Step check. Drop how many steps you are at in the comments below. I'm currently really behind. I'm at 11.6K when I should be at 20K. Ugh. I'm probably going to end up only getting 20K, even though every day I should be getting 25. But I did get 30K yesterday. Somehow, some way. I don't know how. Don't ask me. I did get 30K yesterday. So I guess if I were to get 20K today, it would make up for that other 5 that I missed today. The extra 5 that I got yesterday would make up for the 5 that I missed today because of the weekly steps that I get in, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week.